You see, everyone. So, just a bit of a backdrop. Over the last year and a half, roughly, a lot of stuff's been happening in my personal life that has kind of caused me to, well, not really want to talk about it here in any great detail. Some of you know, some of you don't. But um, as it is, you know, I won't get into it all this time. I will say, though, that as a result of these, unmentioned events, I've been kind of getting back into my art a lot more, and I've been doing it a lot more with my son. Now, I've been an artist for a long time. Ran a leatherworking business for a few years, and then I shut it down because I just couldn't keep up with it. Wasn't profitable enough, and well, I still want to do leather work. For fun. Um, I still got to finish my Muskogee. What do you call it? Oh, it's a stool. It's gonna be a stool anyway. And there's other stuff, but over the last year and a half, my son and I have collected feathers at a local park. Mostly goose, but also some duck feathers. And basically, what I've been doing, I know I've been critical of Muskogees doing the whole Pow Wow thing. I know that Porch Band is very big on that, and they haven't had a ceremonial grounds, a legit one ever. And it's obvious. There's a lot that they're lacking to enable that to be a real thing. I know the Santa Rosa people are trying to do more traditional stuff. I think they're making a real attempt with a much smaller budget and probably doing a better job with a smaller budget from what it sounds like. How much of it's legit, I still need to figure out, but powwows are not the traditional Muskogee thing. That being said, I actually kind of have been enjoying making these things. You know, um, the reason for the blue tape is because I don't have pine pitch. That one's actually not glued in. Some of these I've actually glued in using a wood glue, Type on 3, just because I had something that might work and I wanted to keep the wood from getting overly glued on and therefore eliminate the necessity of sanding it heavily. So you see that some of these are right-handed, some are left-handed, some are just kind of, I don't want to say unisex, but so that one and that one. This one had some feathers, didn't turn out quite so well. I also used the, what's that company called? There's a guy that sells a lot of powwow stuff. He does videos, and in his videos, he shows how to use hot glue to attach these things, which, quite frankly, isn't really much different historically than using Type on 3 on these guys. But at least Type on 3 is made of maybe more natural stuff. This is made of rubber. So I'm going to cut this and redo it eventually. So I've collected a lot of these feathers. And Michael and I have gone through great pains to clean these things up and make them nice. And we've cleaned them and then kind of hang dry them on the counters and different places where there's not a lot of wind. So they're actually turning out okay. I'm looking forward to eventually decorating these things once I get them completely finished. The whole trick is like doing the different layers. Like you got the long feathers, you got the smaller feathers. I'm going to use some of these like little fuzzies as well, probably inside and outside. And basically this is kind of like, a wing. Some fans were actually made from an actual wing. Like the wing was the actual fan. So, but yeah, a bunch of this wood came from my previous batch of like $15 for a garbage can full of hardwood leftovers. And so I kind of went out of my way to cut a bunch of these out in preparation for eventually taking the feathers and making some of these. I did make some about, a year, almost a year and a half ago, but Um, Partly is a fun project with my son. I mean, am I going to start selling these things at powwows? Most likely not. My son isn't really a big fan of going to powwows. He liked it at first. Now he's not so into it. That might change as he gets older, but I mean, he likes buying fancy rocks. Took him to the CSU Northridge this last weekend, and he was too busy playing with the anthills. He didn't really want to watch the dancing much. I got him to go out and dance one time, but yeah, he hasn't really wanted to since. Like I got him a second time, and he kind of just he wanted to stop. So anyway, this is one in a series of art projects that I've been working on over the last year and a half. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna upload more. Um, Kind of case by case because while I want to go over all of them all at once, the reality is I should dedicate a video to each topic. So, but no, these are fun. I mean, some of these are cedar, some are maple, some are red oak. Like some are even a composite of different materials. You can see I kind of glued separate ones, which is fine because when you cover them with leather, you're not going to be able to see the difference. If you use leather, or I can paint them and maybe cover up the fact that they're painted, or I mean that they're glued. So, but all the more reason why I've been using this blue masking tape to kind of block some stuff off. This guy right here, I'm gonna trim that off a little bit too. Um, yeah, I actually need to glue this one, and I need to get everything lined up the way I want before I do so. If I had some pine pitch, I think that would be the more authentic material. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm so much on a budget, although I'm trying to save money wherever I can. Because rather than paying like however much you would pay at a powwow for one of these, or even buying a kit, um, I still can't remember the name of that guy. But off his website, I'm just taking scrap wood, I'm taking feathers that are found locally, and I'm taking some glue that I already had, and just trying to make some cool fans. And I'll definitely decorate some around my place at some point once they're actually finished and looking more like really the way I want them to. But until then, they're just kind of being stored away at the moment, and I really want to get them done. So before I cut out any more fan handles, I just kind of I need to get these ones actually completed. I don't have a chop saw anymore, and so it's hard to really cut these out. I do have a table saw, though, that I more recently acquired for free, so I could try that carefully. It's going to be tricky, but I could probably do it without killing myself. I won't do it around Michael, because I'm not going to risk his life if I want to risk mine, because he's my boy. So yeah, but a lot of feathers, and I mean, so many feathers, so many. I mean, it's ridiculous. And some of these are acquired in more recent months, like in the last couple months, and we've been cleaning them. And some are from before, and we cleaned all those. And yeah, it's I don't know if I'll ever use them. I mean, if I ever do powwow dancing, which I don't know if I'll ever really get into, but I like making stuff, and so I'd much rather devote that kind of time to Muskogee, dancing. But there's no stomp dances out here, and it's just the way it is. So, and yeah, but still, I like making stuff, and that's I have my OCD when it comes to that. So I make a bunch of these things in a little bit of variety, and then I move on to the next project. But I need to actually like double down and finish these before too long. But they're fun. They are fun. They do work as fans. I mean, this one is walnut, and that one actually works particularly well as a fan. So, yeah, yeah, take him to the beach if nothing else, right? So, anyway, let me know your thoughts. If you got any suggestions of what I could do to, make these things look nicer. And I mean, I'm definitely going to do some type of leather or paint on these, and I got some brass upholstery tacks I can use to decorate them. I've got brass nails I can use. I'm not going to get crazy with the beads and all the really super fancy bead work. I have bead work I need to do on my leggings that I still have yet to finish, made out of wool, trying to make the historical leggings. But yeah, that's all in good time. But anyhow, let me know your thoughts. Mado.